Rude Nation, what is going on? It's episode 135 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. We're in November, baby.
Damn fucking
Happy birthday month. Happy birth month.
Yeah.
Tommy Cash, everybody. Clap, clap, clap.
The incomparable Tommy Cash.
The incomparable. What does incomparable mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds
Can't be
good, though.
comped.
No.
I guess, right? Incomparable, right? Comparable.
Exactly.
But we got a Rudetober Recap.
Yeah.
Planned for this episode 135 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
How you been, man? You had a little cash bash over the weekend?
Did.
You did? Yeah, we might talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, what you've been up to. Rudetober Recap. What we got going on. It's what we did during Rudetober. But first...
Who's in our mouth, Chris?
Who's in our mouth, yes. We have here a cinnamon whiskey mule. This was a video I saw on the Clock app, the TikTok. And this is cinnamon whiskey, lime juice, apple cider, splash apple cider, ginger beer. Make it a mule, you know? Should be a little more ice in this, but
More ice?
Ice. We could do that too, yes, but actually it fits pretty good. There you go.
Here you go.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I want to do a margarita because we're recording on a Monday, and we know Monday recordings always are rootin' tootin' good time.
For this guy it is because I'm on vacation.
Got the week off. Yep.
Well
like he does for his birthday. Absolutely well deserved. And I was gonna do a margarita. Didn't have the tequila, but we had the cinnamon whiskey left over from Spooktober, Spookfest, Spooktacular. Clink it up. That was a bad clink, but it was. I think that. I wanted to get, if you want another one, I will use Jack Daniel's Fire this time. I did not have enough of both, and I was going to make yours Jack Daniel's. Fucking forgot.
Well,
This was just
good.
Fireball, so it's
okay.
definitely sweeter than what a Jack Fire would give you. But yeah, cinnamon whiskey, lime juice, a little splash apple cider, and ginger beer. Make a mule.
The mules are good, man. They're
refreshing
nice.
drink,
They're
yeah.
good. They're refreshing. I dig them.
They're definitely a summer drink, and I mean, right now you wouldn't know the fucking difference because it's in the fucking 60s and 70s.
It was almost 80 degrees today.
But I like the fall riffs on classic cocktails. Like, I've been making some pumpkin syrup at home. I made a pumpkin whiskey sour. That was fucking phenomenal. I was going to make a harvest margarita with pumpkin syrup and whatnot in a regular margarita. But, you know, we'll get to that. There'll be another thing.
Yeah.
Sure makes a lot 64 on Instagram. Just check that shit out. But anyway, why don't we go into Blitzkrieg news?
Starting off in games, as we always do. Look at that, I fucking got it right.
You did. Ooh.
PSVR 2 releasing 2/22/23 for $550.
That's true. That's correct.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, that's a huge barrier for entry. Listen, we're this year alone the Meta Quest 2, they raised their prices. That's unheard of, really. You know what I mean? Like, people usually lower the prices. They raise the price. Not an inflation thing, of course. Well, it actually probably is based off of the lack of funds to create said virtual reality stuff. But $550. That is
ridiculous.
more than a PS5. I think that's more than a digital PS5. That might be comparable to a regular PS5, which people don't even have.
Yeah, I'm still on the search for PS5.
Right.
I'm just convinced. I'm never going to get one.
How active are
I
you
don't
on
find-
the search for, though? Like, if I could get a link to you, would you do it or no? Or am I wasting my time? Not wasting my time, but like...
I mean, maybe in January I
Okay.
will.
You heard it here first, Nation.
Maybe.
All right? Oh, you heard it here?
I said
Tentatively.
maybe.
No, I know. But yeah, we'll get the Nation to look out for the PlayStation 5 for Tommy Cash.
Yeah.
What else we got, Tommy?
We got other things.
Okay. Someone got distracted.
I did.
Uh-huh.
They always do.
Yeah.
Bayonetta drama update. Oh, good. Please tell us.
So,
us this,
remember, I think the big takeaways that I told the nation was that voice actors are financially abused and they should be getting paid more than what they're just in general. You know, they help create. Another thing is that there's a lot of knee-jerk reaction in social media.
No!
Yes, there is.
You're fucking lying, man!
So, one of the big takeaways is that, so obviously more information came out, some investigative journalism happened for this whole thing, and it turns out that the actress who originally portrayed Bayonetta in Bayonetta's 1 and 2, and part of Smash Brothers, she fabricated, or she gave a lot of half-truths, omitted some things. She was going to be paid more than what she said, and the price that she said was reflective of that of a cameo appearance or something like that. So basically just more information came up. But
so she made herself look like a fool a bit.
Yes, she did.
Well,
listen, there's a whole lot of sour grapes going on. She's obviously annoyed that she was kind of passed over, or she wasn't compensated more than properly, I'd imagine, but I'm not in that position. But the fact of the matter is that she probably ruined her career for doing this, which is unfortunate, but there's ways to go about by these things, and she did not go about by that way of the thing. And Bayonetta 3 is selling really well. So.
Can't wait to...
Or has sold really well? I don't think it's selling well.
Can't wait to see her and Ezra Miller on the Untold.
Oh my god! Here we go!
She won't.
That's it.
Take a drink every time I mention. Alright. Marvel and EA signed multi-year agreement for games.
Yep.
This worries me.
I mean, listen. You're running Marvel, right? EA, big company out there, right? You already partnered up with Square Enix, and you got Avengers, which was very maligned is what actually the word is, and Guardians of the Galaxy, which was very well aligned but didn't sell well. Right now, EA is putting out the single-player Iron Man game for Marvel in 2023, 24, I believe. They can't really partner up too hard with Sony because you're already at that point cutting the market in half.
Yeah.
Because you want to make things multi-platform, and they're really the only other ones out there. You know, like Ubisoft, I think isn't really there. Ubisoft also tied in with Star Wars a little too much. That's what it is, man. What do you want me to say?
I don't
like it.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
don't. I mean, we
It's
know my
EA.
feelings on EA.
Yep, we know your feelings on EA, 100%. So, but we're just gonna have to see what happens. I mean, you know, with Dead Space coming out next year, you know, EA is looking to probably dust the dirt off their shoulders after just, you know, Madden's just. What else does fucking EA do? Really, Need for Speed? They do Need for Speed, right? Yeah. I don't think that was even really well received.
The wrestling games?
TQ.
TQ?
It's 2K.
Which is EA.
No, it's not.
I thought it was like a sub-company of EA.
2K is 2K. The more you know.
I have to look into that.
Okay, all right. You want to check me right now?
No.
All right.
We will.
Okay.
Comics.
Comic news.
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Tom. Not even for Tomvember.
Sorry.
Oh, man. All right.
Movies!
Movie talk?
James Gunn and Peter Safran to lead DC Studios. I think this is after James Gunn's obligations to Marvel is done, though.
I
That's
believe
what
so.
Kevin Feige
well, I mean,
said.
Of course, Kevin Feige's going to say that, you know? Because he'll be like, well, he's got some work for me. But this is pretty big, because obviously I feel like the more well-received things that DC has done in the recent future has been James Gunn adjacent. Mm-hmm. It just is what it is, regardless of how anybody thinks about him. Not talking about anybody in particular.
What?
You the luster has come off James Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Right.
Get the fuck over yourself, guy.
But people dug the Suicide Squad. People dug Peacemaker. They dug it. That's it. That's really all you can do. And the fact of the matter is you need somebody to helm something like this. If you want to copy Marvel wholesale, fucking give it a shot. Like, you gotta try to do it. You can't just be like, yeah, just throw all these characters in a blender and then hopefully something comes out. Like, no, you need someone to kind of, like, script and coordinate.
No, I understand.
So, and, I mean, James Gunn, what a career he's had in the last 5 years. You know, with the whole, you know, doing Guardians, canceling, coming back, and now he's running fucking DC Studios. Yeah. Did you hear that DC even went to Kevin Feige and was like, yo, you want to do this? And he's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
That sounded very dismissive.
No.
It did a little bit. It did, though. It did sound dismissive.
You're just sensitive. Henry Cavill confirms returning as Superman.
Yep. So this has been 100%. Because of post credits. Spoiler alert! But they even talk about this now because it's a big deal now.
Yeah, he shows up at the end of Black Adam.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because I know people really you dug Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman.
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though maybe not the execution of said character, right? Like, I mean, in the movies, probably.
Well,
like,
I mean, Hack Snyder directed that.
There you go. See?
So,
but that's good. That's a good part of the piece of the puzzle. You know that DC needs. They need a strong lineup of actors and actresses who can portray these iconic characters. You know, and the Peacemaker. And Peacemaker's there. But this is a little TV news. So
wait till we get to
presumably,
TV.
well, because it's tied into the same thing. Presumably, speaking of Henry Cavill, he's not going to portray The Witcher in season 4. It's going to be Liam Hemsworth.
Right.
Now, people are saying this might have to do with his now new obligations for DC, or possibly there were creative differences because he's like a big fan of the books, the source material, and the writers were like, "This is fucking gibberish. I don't want to do this." So you know.
I told my brother that I was like, "Yeah, Liam Neeson's replacing Henry Cavill."
Liam Neeson, I'd watch that.
Sure,
I'd watch Leslie Nielsen as The Witcher.
So,
man, if they could only bring him back to life and then do these like Spy Hard and Naked Gun and all these things and like do those like a nice fantasy epic with Leslie Nielsen. No, you're not okay. All right. I guess just me.
I like Leslie Nielsen.
Or Leslie Nielsen type, you know?
There is no Leslie
Nielsen
I
know.
Type. I like him to a point.
Okay. What is that point? What's the point? What's the tipping point for Leslie Nielsen?
When I turn off a movie.
Okay. Well, what caused you to turn that movie off?
Oh, if I've just had enough.
Well, what's the enough? I'm trying to help you. Yeah, we're circling something. Happy birthday, Tom.
Oh, thanks, Curtis.
You're welcome, buddy.
Trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Ugh.
Oh, boy.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
This looked alright. I've seen worse holiday specials. You're over the Guardians.
I'm also mainly over fucking Drax.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking over
Dave
him.
Bautista, yeah?
Yeah, I'm also over fucking Chris Pratt's dumb face. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll watch it with a fucking shoehorned into this fucking universe.
They got you by the short hairs, my friend.
You know, I'm already paying for the bullshit.
Yeah, you're in it. But, it looks cute. I'll watch it.
A good trailer.
Good trailer. Marvel
Ant-Man
also.
and the Wasp,
I literally thought they were just going to give us new trailers every day. I don't know why, because I think Quantumania came out on a Monday, and then this came out on the Guardians came out on
Grundy born on
Quantumania died on a Tuesday. Exactly, everyone trails off at that point.
What that?
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, the third in the Ant-Man trilogy. Do you ever think we're going to get an Ant-Man trilogy of films?
No.
Never, right?
Never.
But it happened. And it's happening. In February?
Yes.
This looks good. I'm digging. We all know Kang's gonna do some bullshit. We know.
No,
we know, man.
No.
His dynasty is coming soon. And a secretive war, from what I understand, that he's got a big part in.
Little sweet boy Kang.
It's gotta be Kang. But
Secret War, I feel like because they're not introducing Doom yet, that they're gonna put Kang in like Doom's position.
Maybe. And save Doom for next phase or whatever. You know what I mean? Next saga. But Quantumania trailer. You got Kang. He's gonna be doing some Kang shit. It's gotta be Kang. I get like they need the quantum realm to have a distinct look to it, but it all looks like the same kind of spacey cantina shit like I've seen in the Guardians movies and Ragnarok and Love and Thunder. You know what I mean? It's just like okay, this is fine. Like I don't know how you can make it more distinctive. I mean, the way they kind of showed it in the other two movies, I suppose, like just like all blobs and shit. But that's really not visually cool. But maybe Kang was the one that kind of civilized the quantum realm. What's up, Tommy? You reading ahead? You got thoughts on Quantumania?
You just hit everything.
Okay.
Like you just someone pulled your string and you just went.
Right, but what about your string? You want me to pull your string? Present your string, and I'll pull it.
Jesus.
Flattered, huh? Yeah.
Moving on to TV.
Moving on to TV news.
Wonder no longer, man. Yeah. Abdul Mateen II cast as Wonder Man.
Yes, we have a Wonder Man casting.
Yes,
everybody. I know you can breathe now because I know people were waiting on that Wonder Man cast.
Can you hear the internet crying because they casted a black guy as a D-list character?
Yeah,
it's like, guess what, people? I hate to break it to you. He ends up turning fucking purple at one point.
When he dies?
He just winds up becoming like purple energy for a bit.
I don't think we're that far.
I mean, I saw this guy in Aquaman.
Yep, he was Mantle.
He was good. I liked him.
He was also in the new Matrix movie. He was Morpheus, the new Morpheus, or the same Morpheus. I didn't see it either.
No desire.
Hey, you know what else we didn't see? We were going to talk about Avatar: The Way of Water trailer talk. James Cameron, just fucking shut your mouth.
Seriously, and like stop shitting on
other people's
like
stop
work.
yucking their yum.
Like, dude, you just suck. But like, here he is. He's getting into the people's ear holes again because we're sitting here talking about it.
It's true.
Because he's a dumb twat. Go fucking sink a boat and be on it.
Alright. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot of that. Not all of it, but I like a lot of that.
Last of Us premieres on HBO January 15th.
Yep. Yeah. HBO looking for a new hit, you know? And people love Last of Us.
It looks...
I don't really need to watch it.
It looks very okay from the trailers that I've seen. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah. Until you watch House of Dragon, motherfucker. Miss me.
Yeah, I wasn't aiming towards you.
Okay. It's official. The dream continues. I don't know what this means.
I didn't put this either. I thought you put this. Did you put this when you were high?
Probably.
The dream can... Oh, is this... Oh, Sandman?
Yes.
See, when I knew you capitalized dream, I'm like...
Yes. I was real high.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes, so it's official. Season 2 of Sandman is coming to Netflix.
Okay, cool. 2024,
I believe. Or either early 2024 or, like, late 2023.
Okay.
Soon. Stoked for it. Can't wait.
Right.
Season 1 was fucking baller.
So far show of the year, you think? Or for you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I even changed my Netflix icon to Dream.
Ooh, that's how you know you're serious. And, well, you know what? How you're serious? You haven't canceled Netflix yet.
I know.
That's pretty serious.
Netflix has been... Dude, they're hanging. They're like... they're like... Yo.
I've heard this, yep.
Like, they're hitting some good shit. Wrestling.
Wrestling news.
Big congrats to Simone Johnson for being the first ever fourth generation wrestler. How is this false?
Because she's not the first.
Okay.
All
Who was the first?
I don't know who the first is, but like
Alright,
the
so
Usos
the first one
are also fourth generation because their dad was. You've got fourth generation Mexican wrestlers.
They were saying that she's the first fourth generation. No, I think the Usos are third.
No, the Usos are fourth because Rikishi's dad also was.
Oh yeah.
Again, you got it. Like we're thinking like territorial. We're going back territorial days too. You know what I mean?
All right, so she's the first. Fourth.
She's one of the
she's
fourth
the
generation.
First fourth Maya Villa generation.
Well,
Johnson.
I suppose so. Yeah, I guess you could go that route. Although technically, I mean,
she's gonna join the bloodline soon. Doesn't matter.
But still, that's pretty cool. I mean, you never get it's tough to get a fourth generation wrestler.
Yeah,
that's it. Actually, Shane and Stephanie are also fourth generation people in the wrestling business. Well, I mean, we're all technically fourth. We're multiple generations of people.
Whatever. Fine. Just gonna stop putting shit on notes.
There it is. There's the boycotting.
Yep. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
I just read it. Shinsuke Nakamura will face the great Buddha for
that's what that felt like all episode last time. Right?
For his retirement tour in pro wrestling Noah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
a little
fucking they're gonna build an arc.
No. Oh my god. Oh god.
Yeah.
See what you did there. Yeah, so Great Muta is going on his retirement tour. He had a little run in at the AEW Grand Slam a couple months ago with Sting. It's gotta be Sting. Or not it's gotta be Sting, just it's Sting, right? Isn't that the
It's Sting! Shut up, Shivani.
So he's gonna do something with them, presumably, and
sandwich.
Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura. So apparently what happened was, you remember the WCW promoter, or not promoter, but manager, Sonny Ono?
Sonny Ono. Sounds familiar.
Right.
Where's the glasses?
Sonny Bono, yes.
Oh, thanks.
It sounds familiar. All right. He apparently reached out to WWE to get Shinsuke over, but that's when Vince McMahon was in charge.
Right.
And now since he's no longer in charge, follow the money, we'll see. Talks resumed, and Shinsuke Nakamura is going over to Pro Wrestling Level. Pretty cool. I mean, hey, listen, what the fuck is Shinsuke doing? Not much. Surfing, collecting a paycheck, and now he's getting wrestled the Great Muta in one of his retirement matches. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, why the fuck not? I'm sure now Ric Flair is getting the bug to want to wrestle again.
He already got the bug to wrestle again.
Well, more so. He's
like a week after.
He's probably going to want to wrestle Muta.
Oh, God.
And Muta's going to be like, no, I want good
matches. Good match. Yeah, I want someone who can like carry me at every time. I mean, I haven't seen a Great Muta match in fucking forever. I don't know how he can hold up, but
that dude's still in fucking good shape.
Oh yeah, yeah. When he came out for Grand Slam, he looked still pretty good, but like he came out to spit mist. Like, I could do that.
It's because you're a spooter. A spitter. A spooter.
Spooter man.
Who's a good spooter?
What else we got on Blitzkrieg News, Tommy?
Something that I think we both overlooked. Either this one or... what the fuck's his name? We had a passing. Antonio Inoki?
Yeah, I don't think we talked about that last episode or something. Maybe we did, and we're all just fools.
No, we talked about Hagrid.
Right.
So Antonio Inoki passed away, very prominent in bringing, Japan-style wrestling over to the United States.
Correct.
R.I.P.
Rest in power there, Antonio Inoki. We'll come to you. I think, does that wrap up Blitzkrieg News?
That's all we have for Blitzkrieg.
That is all we got for Blitzkrieg News. What have I been up to?
Yeah.
I'm not doing the Rudetober Recap, right?
No.
Okay. What have I been up to?
What you've been up, RudeBoyz CatchUp.
Whoa! I don't like the Tony voice, boy.
Fucking get smart, son.
So, out on Disney Plus, a new animated miniseries came out.
Yes.
In the Star Wars universe called Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Jedi, if I remember correctly, was a book or comic book series that was put out in the pre-Disney buyout universe of Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars show. Not necessarily obviously. I'm sorry. I didn't want to belittle or make anyone feel less than who they are. I've been doing that apparently for a little bit right now. But this was kind of just like little like side stories, just tales of the Jedi.
Been doing that for 10 years.
Yeah, well, longer. What Tales of the Jedi is for Disney Plus is it takes. Excuse me. It takes Ahsoka Tano, who we all know and love from Clone Wars and Rebels and Mandalorian, and I think she was also in Book of Boba Fett. She was in Book of Boba Fett, and soon to be Ahsoka, the TV show. It shows her origin, so it shows basically her first few years growing up on her home planet, then basically realizing she's Force sensitive, and it shows some couple other stories after that. I don't really want to delve into it because they're quick. They're 6 episodes total. It's you can bang all of them out in 2 hours.
Okay,
easy peasy. The other arc that they talk about is Dooku's fall. So basically, at what point or what went down to have Count Dooku, or Jedi Master Dooku, I guess he was called, fall out of favor, or in his mind, the Jedi fall out of his own favor to basically just become disenfranchised and basically be like, well, this guy's kind of suck, you know?
Well,
so, which I think you would appreciate because you're not a big fan of
the Jedi. Fucking suck.
They do. They're very antiquated, especially like when we see them in the prequel series. You don't get the whole like in the original trilogy. You're like, whoa, the Jedi sound fucking dope, and then you see the prequel trilogy, and they're just like really
holier than thou, motherfuckers.
And they're like pointless sheriffs too. They're like mall cops. You know, that they're like, oh, cool, run this army.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I guess we can do that. Like, no, they're not capable of doing that because you're not in the same strength. But regardless.
Yeah, who are fucking priests and fucking poor fucking Obi-Wan just wants to, get his lightsaber wet.
Right. No, you're wrong. You're right. You're not wrong.
With, what's her nuts?
Sabine?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Totally didn't mean to shoot either.
But it was pretty good. Like I enjoyed it. It was really good Star Wars stuff. Listen, I know Andor is not your cup of tea, but this is good Star Wars stuff. Good animation, and you like Ahsoka, and I think you like when anybody can just stick it to the Jedi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good, and it has some good callbacks to Clone Wars, and stuff like that. So definitely worth a look out for you, Tommy. What about you? You been watching anything?
Yeah, I watched
Rudetober related.
I watched Justice League of Pets.
Oh, the Super Pets thing.
It's fucking cute.
Yeah, nice.
Cute. You have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who voices Crypto.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, who voices Ace. Kate McKinnon.
It's a good ensemble cast from what I
saw. Mark Maron.
So what kind of pets you got? You don't have to go with names or anything.
We got
whose pets are out there in the Super Pets.
Well, we got Crypto,
right?
Superman's dog. Ace, Batman's dog.
Right.
You have a pig who winds up being Wonder Woman's pet.
Sure.
A turtle who gets super speed ends up being Flash's.
Yep, there it is. Okay. There's always that.
A gerbil with water powers is Aquaman's.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess the fish is a little too on the nose.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's this part where Aquaman's like, nobody cares about the water guy, and then the gerbil pops and goes like, this water guy does.
Aww.
And that gerbil's buddy, who's voiced by, he's a fire. I'm sorry, not gerbils, guinea pigs.
Okay.
They're they're a duo. Like, you got the water one.
Okay.
Who's... I'm drawing a blank on who voices him.
I'll look him up. Except I don't know any of the names. But...
And then you have Ben Schwartz, who voices his buddy.
Okay.
It's probably Ben Schwartz's friend, The one that they did that show on Netflix together.
I know who you're
yeah.
about. Yeah.
So Ben Schwartz ends up hooking up with Cyborg, so he's Cyborg's.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fucking cute. You know, like
you had a good time.
I did.
Good.
I really fucking did. Like
Nice.
there was. So there's this one part, and it doesn't really give anything away. And he's just, you know, Batman goes like this, goes to Ace, goes, I can't take you, because I'm a loner, except for Robin, and Commissioner Gordon, and Batgirl. And then they're panning, and everyone's fighting, and Batman's still standing there, naming all of his allies.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
It's like, he's like, oh, maybe I'm not a loner. And Keanu Reeves voices Batman.
Right, yeah, I'm looking at the list
Which
right
is
now.
pretty fucking awesome.
So, I'm assuming this is on HBO Max?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, definitely give it a watch. I mean, there was one, like there were a couple of parts in it. I look at my brother's like, I'm about to turn this fucking thing off.
Why? Because it was just like...
A fucking dog gets hit by a car.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck are we watching?
thankfully they're not real animals.
They're still animals.
You're not wrong.
I know.
But they're still animals. I mean, they're just animated. They're cartoons. Like Tom and Jerry, really? You want to...
Shut up.
That poor cat got, and Wile E. Coyote,
Look, it's
Sure,
different.
Bugs Bunny took a mallet to the head at some points.
Yeah, by himself.
Maybe
But
that's
like,
enough.
but they're more people. Like they're walking on there. Like I'm more upset in Disney movies when I see something sad happening to Pluto and not Goofy.
Yeah, okay.
Because Pluto is a dog, Goofy is a homunculus of a human and dog.
Yeah, he's a humanoid dog.
Yeah,
dog that's achieved sentience and human willpower.
He's disgusting.
He is an abomination towards God.
Yeah,
he is.
He should have been put down.
One God could not have made him.
No,
you know
Satan
I mean?
did.
Yeah. He really Hyuck'd that one up.
Watch Super Pets.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
Cute.
Good.
I enjoyed it.
I'm glad. What else is on your list?
That's all I've been up to.
That's all you've been up to?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Justice League : League of Pets. That's not what it's called. It's called DC Super Pets.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Whatever. You knew what I was talking about.
I mean, yeah. League of Pets, unless there's like some weird other thing going on here. I guess, real quick, I'll talk about this next episode mostly, but I started another game, a non-Rudetober game. I'll talk about it now. It's called There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension. It's on the Switch.
Okay.
And it's a very odd game. It's kind of narrative-based, and it's very puzzly. Excuse me. You're basically talking to the game program, who has like a very menacing Russian voice, and he's basically telling you, it's like, listen, there's no game here, so get out of here. And then you just keep doing puzzles and stuff, and it's like, there's the game, like...
This is like the bullshit that fucking robot in Portal was doing to us.
Kinda, yeah. Except then...
Telling us that the cake was a lie.
Some levels are... like, there's this one, which is right up my alley. It's like a point-and-click adventure game. So, like, you basically you're playing these games, but you're only just interacting with the environment. You know what I mean? Like, you're not controlling the characters. You're using items that are kind of a little more meta. So, like... So I'll put it this way, like, the chapter that deals with the point-and-click adventure, it looks like an old-school monitor, right? That you can look on the front of it, and the sides, and the back of it, okay? And in order to get anything going, you have to break the screen to see the little characters. So it's almost like the characters are like, living creatures, and you're, like, some sort of god, I guess, to them that, like you're the user, you know what I mean? Like, Reboot. Man, this was a real... easy sell, wasn't it? No. But, like, you're doing things in the environment,
like new
and then
Hulu show that's
outside
out?
the environment. No, I'm talking about the mainframe.
With Keegan Michael.
No, I'm talking... Oh, no, not that one. No, fuck that one.
And that show's called Reboot, though.
It is called Reboot, but I'm talking about the late 90s Reboot. The animated one.
That's about Disney Plus.
It's not owned by Disney.
Huh.
They just, I think, had it on ABC.
Right.
They should get the rights to that. And Beast Wars, too, please. Regardless, it's fun, and it's quirky.
It does sound like a Rudetober game, though.
you know, it's a little not. It's not creepy. It's just like
no,
weird.
sounds creepy.
It's not creepy. I'm not creeped out by it.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. There's one portion that's like you're dealing with real life people in the game, so it is a little interesting. It's a little weird. I'll talk more about it next episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Cool.
But outside of Rudetober stuff, I think that's what I've been up to. Tommy?
That's all I've been up to.
All right. So let's move on into what we've been up to. Rudetober Edition!
Welcome. Just when you thought it was safe to go back onto the podcast. Rudetober Recap.
Rudetober will never leave. Rudetober isn't a month, Tom.
It's a state of mind, baby.
So, you watched a lot more Rudetober stuff.
So, as Chris pointed out to me, because, he had to make himself feel better.
Wow, well, you called me weak. You called me soft.
Soft. I didn't say weak, I said soft. Yeah. Soft, I feel, is a much worse to call someone.
This is true.
Because he didn't want to watch any fun movies with me.
Well, when was I going to watch them with you, my guy? When, right now?
Anytime.
I know anytime, you're right, but like it just didn't happen. I don't know what to tell you.
I felt, like I was very missed. We missed a lot of good movies together.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But you did manage to watch a whole bunch of stuff. You didn't wait for me, and I appreciate you not, because you would have been still waiting, probably. I don't know what to tell you, man. We've got different schedules. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. So what sort of Rudetober stuff did you watch that you want to highlight right now?
Whew, boy. All right. Got a bit. So, I started off the month off with a old movie called Flesh of the Fiends.
Okay.
This was 1960s movie with Peter Cushing.
Okay.
And Donald Pleasence.
Okay.
Whatever. I always butcher his name.
Pleasence. Got it.
Yeah. And this was pretty much Peter Cushing played like a very prestigious doctor, and Don Pleasence and another dude were like grave robbers who were like giving this guy him bodies so he could do autopsies.
Okay.
Got to the point where they were like, well, we need bodies that are fresher, so they started killing.
Okay.
And actually killing people and bring them to, Peter Cushing.
Okay.
Long story short, he's disgraced. He's like,
I can't imagine.
They get
shocked.
Yeah,
really shocked.
Like one of Peter Cushing's students falls in love with a hooker that he was sleeping with, and it was very cool, very, very 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. I did watch a lot of.
If you remember any of the streaming services or whatever you saw these on, if you want to check those out.
Shudder.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of these Shudder.
A lot of these are on Shudder.
Right.
I did watch a lot of
the Universal Monster movies.
Well, no. Well, yeah. I only listed stuff that I've never seen.
Okay.
So
I gotcha. So these are all new to you.
Yes.
Oh, so you definitely won Rudetober.
What do you mean?
Because you
it's
didn't.
Not a competition.
I understand that, but you were trying to.
Call
me out from calling you out.
Yeah, I always try to
watch new stuff.
I got a certain amount of movies I watch during Rudetober, and then there are movies where I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to watch this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
VHS 94. So again, within this VHS series, don't ask me any of the stories.
Yeah, I couldn't.
They all kind of just start melding in together.
100%. Yeah, I think I saw the first two.
Yeah. I watched this one and VHS 99.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Why am I drawing a blank on what these type of movies are called? Anthologies. Thank you.
You said it like a split second before I was.
Yeah. Another anthology movies I watched was Clive Barker's Book of Blood.
Okay.
Creepy as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
it took a turn where I was like, "Oh shit!" I actually did not see that coming.
Right.
Because all the stories ended up intertwining with each other, which was
Interesting.
that's what I like. Another one I watched on Hulu was XX, which was
okay.
which was all 4 stories were led by women.
Oh,
And,
no,
like,
I'm thinking of something else. Okay.
You're
All
thinking
right.
of the movie X, I
Yes.
think,
Which is also a horror
which I
movie.
still have yet to see.
Okay, gotcha.
Very cool. Like, I don't know if you ever watched 2.5 Men. Probably not. It's really dumb, and you're a smart human being.
Well, I appreciate that, Tom. Thank you.
But one of the neighbors in that show was in XX.
Okay.
One of the stories of XX.
Okay.
Really fucking cool. I actually did watch Hereditary finally.
Yes, you did.
Woo! Man!
Oh my
Movie
God.
fucked me up.
And how blind did you go into that movie?
Super.
You didn't know a thing.
Like, I know...
That's pretty good.
Like,
Especially
I know-
because you dabble with horror stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I know it, like, shows up on a lot of, like, countdown.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm never really paying attention, especially if I've never seen something. Like, I'll just kind of zone out and...
That's okay. So I'm glad. I'm glad. Like, not. I'm glad the machine didn't get to you.
No.
Just by knowing things. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like you were just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested. I don't want to even have this
Right.
near me. You know, not like, because I know you were very anti seeing it.
I
For a long
was,
time
because
because of everybody was like, yo, you should check
Yeah.
this out. I hear you.
And I think it was also... What, was the guy that did The Witch or Midsummer?
One of the two. I don't
One of the
fucking know. I
two.
can't keep
And
track.
I remember watching Midsummer, I was like, ugh, I'm never watching anything that this
Right.
guy does.
Right.
Here we are.
Yeah, no, he did Midsummer. Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it.
Midsummer was horrible.
Right.
So, and I love cult shit.
Right.
Um,
But I'm glad you liked it.
I did.
Because I was creeped out by it.
yeah.
Like, they did a really good job in giving me the spookies.
I did not see that ending coming. Like,
How about
at
that
all.
10 minutes in coming?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it really
I was
just like, woof.
Yo, man, that little girl ate that fucking pole like a champ. Ooh!
And Tommy shot.
I just watched Blair Witch Book of Shadows.
Oh, that's like the new one, right?
No,
the
this
newest one.
No, this
Oh,
one's
it's the sequel.
It was the sequel to
Oh,
Blair
boy, I
Witch.
could see
It was
that.
so bad. It was delightfully bad. Like, did you ever watch the show Burn Notice?
I've seen Burn Notice. Yeah.
Okay, the main guy, he was in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
It was honestly, I liked it better than Blair Witch because it didn't have the shaky cam shit.
Mm.
So like,
Yeah, you couldn't really go back to the shaky cam, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they did that so well. Because I remember when that movie came out. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, because Blair Witch made a fucking ton of money, obviously, because it was cheap to make. And it was a revelation at the time. But then, like,
revolutionary.
same thing. Revolutionary. Both are work.
No.
Yes.
Revelation?
A revelation. Like, wow, what a revelation. What a breath of fresh air to the
way you
horror
s-
genre.
The way you... Whatever. I would have used the word revolutionary,
Okay.
personally.
That's fine. Both are accurate. We'll agree to agree. That's still not good enough for you?
No. Alright.
It needs to be I'm right, you are wrong sort
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I got
Watched Terror Train, which was with Jamie Lee Curtis. It was like
Terror
it was like one of her second movies that
This was who? Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Like after the Halloween movie,
Right.
like Halloween 1 and 2.
Okay.
Pretty much she's in a sorority. A prank goes wrong.
Sure.
The frat guy, frat guys are involved with the prank that goes wrong as well. The person who they thought was dead is actually back, and then a year later they rent a party train.
A party train.
A party train.
Wow,
And
that is
murders.
that's next level.
Murders start happening on the train.
Murders
and-
happening. Murders on the
on the Terror Train.
Orient Express.
Some good deaths in it. Some good
Yeah?
deaths. Yeah.
Anyone get in the caboose? You didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I figured as such.
So this movie called Apostle with the dude from Legion.
Yes, okay. I know
It's up on Netflix.
about.
So it's good if you're gonna watch it. Watch it with closed caption on because those accents are so heavy.
Oh, his accent is incredibly tough to get through. Yeah, he's very he's very British. That man,
yeah,
or very accented.
Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
Yeah, pumpkin. We've had this before.
Yeah,
Not good.
I don't think I've ever had Southern Tier.
Pumpkin is like the more common independent pumpkin brew out there.
Okay.
Yeah. There's other ones. I don't know. Get a little shot.
Sorry.
Tom's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, this is sour my taste.
Watched another movie called Planet of Vampires.
Okay.
70s fucking
Planet of the Apes heavy influence.
Oh,
Vampire wave.
Yup.
Coming up.
Pretty much the vampires want to live in people so this way their planet doesn't die. And sabotage happens to spaceships.
Always sabotage, man.
Sabotage. Another good Netflix movie I watched was The Rental.
Okay.
This is again the dude from Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Alison Brie.
Okay.
What's his name? He played Flip in Shameless.
Flip or lip?
Lip. Sorry.
I know who you're talking about.
You know what? He's in that show, The Bear.
Yes.
And the girl that's in it is... She was in this Iranian vampire movie called The Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Okay.
Really good fucking flick. It's pretty much they go up to, they rent this, luxurious, Airbnb.
Okay.
So, there's drugs, drinking, cheating, and it's all videotaped, and then people are freaking out, and yeah. I don't want to give away too much, because it's some shit happens, and you're like, oh shit, shit.
Right.
It's fucking good. It's very, home invasion-esque.
Okay.
And
if people are into that, absolutely.
you get a little... Which I have realized that, besides slasher flicks, home invasion movies, give me such a guttural reaction.
Sure.
Because it's it's an invasion on my privacy.
Right.
So it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely check it out.
Right.
Fucking random movie called Battledogs, which was
Battledogs.
It's on Peacock. It's a fucking sci-fi original.
Okay.
Yeah. And not Forrest Whitaker, not Samuel L. Jackson, not Lawrence Fishburne, but the Allstate guy.
The I know you're talking about. He was he was in... Was he the president in 24?
Maybe,
that
I
guy?
don't know.
Okay.
He was in it.
Okay.
Also watched Halloween.
Well, what about it? Was that good, or...?
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh.
That's... We'll leave it at that, yeah.
Wait, Battledogs was horrible.
Battledogs was horrible.
Was Halloween Ends better? Oh, no.
So...
Is this really it for Halloween? It is?
Until, yeah.
The thing with the fingers, that means the money.
Well, it closes this chapter, I would say. But, after watching it, I was like...
But Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. Chapter. Okay, gotcha.
I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, so I was like... People complain that Rob Zombie ruined Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like... I understood what he would... this director was going for. I think I need to watch it again, just to... But, after thinking about it, I was like, it wasn't horrible.
Right. Have you seen worse Halloween movies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with Busta Rhymes is horrible.
Oh, H2O, right?
Yeah.
Or is that Resurrection? That's H2O? No, I don't know.
H2O. No, it's Resurrection.
Okay.
Because H2O is with Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then You and I, we both watched.
We watched something together.
Yeah, because
1 out of 50.
He decided I was cool enough.
Oh my god. Watch Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
The Marvel Studios special presentation on Disney Plus.
Really fucking good.
Really dug it.
The way they the way they did the transformation of the werewolf was awesome.
Yeah.
How you didn't see the bones and you just saw it through the shadows.
Very old school. Very which was the point. They wanted to do a Universal monster movie sort of situation for Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Not a fan? Go drink it.
I opened it.
We're pouring a glass. I'll drink it.
You know me.
Right.
Choke it down. I'll complain.
Right. Yeah, but I did.
I dug this.
And
I dug this a lot.
It was quick. It was snappy. It moved. No bullshit. You had to preface. You had to set up, obviously, but then go. You know.
Yeah, the guy who played Jack Russell was he was in the M. Night Shyamalan movie Old.
Okay.
Ugh, that movie. I hope we see those characters return.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll pop up. I don't think you're going to see them fighting next to Sam Wilson, Captain America, or anything. But
no. But honestly, I'd like to see a. I'd like to see a what do you call it? A
Midnight Suns or a Monsters thing.
Yeah, like a Monsters World.
Right, Monsters World is what it's called.
Yes.
But yeah, dug that. So Tom, out of all the things you've watched, first off, I want to get a list. If you can send me that list, copy it in a text or something like that, so I can put it in the notes. What would you recommend? Maybe the 3 things off that list for people to check out.
Hereditary, if you haven't seen it.
That gets my stamp of approval too. Oh, something else?
I skipped over Dracula Untold, which was surprisingly good.
That was the Luke Evans one?
Surprisingly fucking good.
Yeah? Okay.
And Charles Dance was in it.
Charles Dance.
Guess what? He plays a villain.
Wow, what a shocker. Charles Dance. So, Hereditary?
Yeah, Hereditary.
Would you tell people to check out Dracula Untold?
No, I would say I'd say Halloween Ends, and
okay.
Honestly, The Rental really stuck with me.
Right.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Really fucking good. So, I'm gonna text you this thing.
Text me that list, yes. We also, I guess, to kind of bleed into last episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, talking about the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. I watched more Treehouse of Horrors.
Yes.
After we recorded, just it kept going, might as well. And there's definitely a quality dip in the later seasons. I don't know if that's my own bias, just based off of my nostalgia for the earlier Treehouse of Horrors. But some hits, but more misses, I'd imagine. When you start parroting just I don't know, Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Mad Men, and I get it's there. They just want to parody stuff, but it's
well, was the Mad Men one the one where he's going around killing?
Yes.
Okay, that one.
But they made
I never saw the show.
Well, it has nothing to do with Mad Men.
Okay.
But they that's how they got it. They got there. They're let's do a Mad Men parody, but Homer's murdering people. All right, I guess.
But isn't the show Mad Men about advertising?
Yes. Which is the advertising portion of that. But then they needed to make it spooky because it was Treehouse, and so Homer killed people. Huh. Yeah. See? Kind of a stretch. Bit of yep. And then the Transformers parody is
yeah.
All right.
Hey, why are we in their butts?
I will say this, though.
The It one was okay.
On The Simpsons... Okay, so funny you say that, because on The Simpsons, when they list out the Halloween collections, there is an episode... I forget what season it is, but there's an episode that is a Halloween episode. Straight up. It's a 22-minute episode of The Simpsons on Halloween Day. It has some home invasion-y stuff, because, they gotta parody something. But, the whole premise is, Lisa gets scared, because she goes to, their Six Flags Fright Fest sort of thing. Krusty Land, Murder Land. I don't know. But she
was
goes...
a lizard queen. She can't be scared.
Well, she was scared in this one because she's still an 8-year-old girl, and it was pretty scary.
I'm the lizard queen.
But, like, that was a cute episode because it was like, oh, like, she's still a child, you know? Like, this was funny because it was like, it took the Treehouse, like, theme. But it was like, no, this is continuity. This isn't canon. So, like, you know, they're children, you know? Like, they're not monsters. They're not superheroes. They're not anything else. They're kids. So I thought that was well done. But some of the Treehouse episodes, like you were just talking about the Not It episode.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was alright, yeah. I watched the one that was this season. It was like a Death Note parody. Pretty good. Good animation. Like, I think they actually got some of the crew that did animate Death Note to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, you can pick it out of a lineup, right? Or out of a bookstore. You know what Death Note looks like, yeah. It's got that look. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, watched some Treehouses. Nothing else really kind of sticks out of mind in that regard. But I did play video games that were spooky to an extent. Dealt with monsters and creatures, all things that go bump in the night. I finally played Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
How was this?
I ended up liking it. I thought it was a little slow for my taste. And I talked about it in a previous episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, where the games of that time frame, like the Devil May Cries, the God of Wars, the Shadows of the Colossuses, they were all big at that time, and they wanted to do something a little bit like those things, and they just didn't do that great of a job. So they should have just really kind of just done their own thing, which is what they ended up doing. It's I would have to say arguably one of the best 3D Castlevania games, which is not a big pool to pull from.
No.
But I thought they did an overall good job,
Okay.
to the point that I think it is possibly the best-selling Castlevania game at the time. So clearly they fast-tracked the sequel, and the sequel fucking sunk the goddamn franchise for the longest time. But overall I liked it. I played on the 360, so no hiccups really there.
You can stream it.
Pretty good. I can't stream that. I'm very hesitant when streaming things for the first time, you know what I mean? Like, I like to... If it's something that's entertaining, like a couple games I'm going to be talking about, then I will. But if it's something like... I was thinking about, should I stream God of War Ragnarok? And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to, because I don't have to be on. You know? Like, I don't have to be, like, engaging to the 0 audience members of twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. Much like The Walking Dead, Michonne, which I thought that was entertaining, because I feel like if it's more narrative based, and like choices and shit like that, then I'll put that out, because I feel like that's something that people can just sit and watch too. You know what I mean? Because chances are that's exactly what I'm doing most of the time, playing a game like that anyway. I really dug the Telltale Walking Dead games. I played through all 4 seasons, I think 2 Rudetobers ago, and through the magic of Microsoft Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, I played through Michonne. I streamed it, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. I archived it on our YouTube page.
You have YouTube?
We do have a YouTube page. And there's a new URL for that too, by the way.
Did we hit that 100?
No, we didn't. They just gave us a handle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, it makes it easier. But
Thanks, YouTube.
But I thought this was very well done. I swear to God, I felt like I said I was going to research a little bit more about this game before I talk about it, and lo and behold, I did not do that. We don't do any research here. I believe it came out between seasons 2 and 3, so it was a little more refined, a little more action-paced, the engine kind of spruced up a bit. But, like, those Telltale engine games kind of really took a dip at a certain point. But overall, fun game. Check out the archives on our YouTube page, which the link we'll get to at the end, or it's in the bio. We do have YouTube. I played Bayonetta's 1 and 2. That was my plan to before all this drama went down, because the 3rd game came out this month, or last month, Rudetober. Didn't get a chance to hit that up yet. But these are fun games. You have not touched a Bayonetta. Do you want to borrow the first Bayonetta?
I'm going to be playing Shredder's Revenge soon.
Okay, that's fair. But that was a whole lot of fun, those games. They're just so very bonkers, and you just gotta it's just there, You're playing as a sexy witch who's, and it's not, the stuff, it doesn't go for titillation. It's just like, oh my God. It just goes for, like, like, ba-ba-boom, there she is, kicking your ass and looking great. You know, like it's not going for like, it's not going for that. You all right?
Tiddly.
Oh my god, yes. But those games are a lot of fun. The games are also really good at empowering you because like you'll fight a boss in like the first chapter. Shut up. And it'll kick your ass. But by like the late, like towards like the later game, the later time of the game, the end game. I didn't want to say that, but whatever. You're like slaying these monsters left and right, like, and it's good because you feel like, oh yeah, like I've got some. Yep, okay. Tom wants to get stepped on by Witch Mummy. But another game I was streaming as well. And I know I said that I'm against streaming, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not against, but just depends on the game. The Quarry.
Yeah, it's cute.
Supermassive Games. They did Until Dawn and the Dark Picture anthologies. This is their newest, latest, and greatest. And it's horror movie cliches up the yin-yang. You've got camps, you got kids, teens.
All those kids need to die.
Yeah, non-redeemable characters. I mean, Ariel Winter character's probably fine. She's like very, very introverted to be like, come on, you can do something.
I'm sure she's gonna end up sucking.
Sucking what?
She's doing something bad in the game.
Oh, okay.
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking? What am I? But it's enjoyable. So a game like that is fun because I'm sitting, watching, making comments. It's more passive, you know what I mean? Like, playing God of War, streaming it for the first time, might be a little too... I'm going to get distracted. I'm going to be like, oh, shit, I've been streaming for like 45 minutes, not saying a goddamn word.
So you play it through first, and then if you want, play it again.
That's what I plan to do when Return to Monkey Island comes to Game Pass. I'll play that through... I'll stream that.
The magic of Game Pass.
The magic of... Dude, Game Pass? Fucking killer, bro.
Yeah.
Rudetober-wise, that's really all I played. Castlevania, Walking Dead, Michonne, Bayonetta's 1 and 2, and The Quarry. I did read, as it has a devil in it, Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. This is the Frank Miller updating of Daredevil's origin. He kind of like spruces it up, makes it a little more like palatable than the old Stan Lee stuff that he wrote that time. What?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm saying that Stan Lee's writing.
Oh no, I know.
For the time was a little.
I need to flip through this comic so I know what you're trying to say.
This was a five issue miniseries, and it basically retells Daredevil's origin, or like his year one, let's say, of and just kind of was like, all right, like, hey, you know, Elektra and Kingpin, you know, like how they were like not a real deal, but they are in my world when Frank Miller took over Daredevil back in the 70s or 80s.
Right.
So he does that, you know. He's like, yeah, no, they were always kind of a big deal. So like, just look at this, and then you're good. You know what I mean? But the writing was great, and John Romita Jr. I'm very hit or miss on. When I first started reading Spider-Man, he was the artist for Adjectiveless Spider-Man.
Oh.
That was when they had the four. Bagley on Amazing, someone for Web, Sal Buscema for Spectacular, blech, and Romita Jr. for Adjectiveless. And
who did Peter Parker?
There was no. It wasn't Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
Yes, it was just Spider-Man. But yeah, it was Bagley and Webb, and then we're on the good end, and Romita Jr. and Buscema were on the bad end. For my smooth brain tastes, when it came to late Spider-Man,
like, I like blocks.
Yes,
I like blocks. Everyone has to look like they just came out of Minecraft.
His stuff, he invented Minecraft. Amazing. His stuff,
the amazing Minecraft man. Here he is.
From what?
With great blocks comes great responsibility.
Okay. I thought, and there's YouTube critiques out there for his works and whatnot. But the takeaway is when John Romita Jr. can draw and ink his own stuff, it's good because you need, like, when he does a Daredevil scene and it's all blacks and, you know, there's rain and there's buildings and there's him, you know, diving, you know, through the fucking city. It looks great. So his stuff was on point in this miniseries. I've sent you a picture recently of John Romita drawing Hobgoblin,
Oof.
and it looks disgusting. It looks like he's holding a melted beehive.
A fucking nutless
Here we go.
monkey
Uh-huh.
who is
more.
who has no arms and drawing with his mouth.
Okay.
Can't draw better than John Romita Jr.
Wow. Okay. Regardless, it was a fun read. Not fun. It was a good read. I definitely want to get more into more Frank Miller, Daredevil stuff specifically. And then what I tried to read that we talked about a little bit last episode was X-Men Inferno. And so I have the omnibus because I'm a sucker. I probably should just do that. I have the omnibus, which I'm a sucker, and because I am a completionist or a stupid consumer, I bought the Inferno Prelude omnibus, which is just the issues leading up to Inferno. There's no story beats. There's no build-up. It's just, that's what they called it. They're like, what do we call this thing that happened before Inferno? Inferno Prelude. Ching! Here's another sale. Chris Sherman knocking on your door.
Yep.
But what just needs to be said with Inferno is that the demons tried to take over New York. That's it. I like the fact that it's demons and it's not something that, like, the X-Men have faced aliens and, humans and robots and their own kind. But then it's like, it's demon time. Like, okay, cool. So the loose premise, from what I'm aware of, is that they're able to get in touch with some human allies who just hate mutants so goddamn much that they want to team up with demons. Great. And Madeline Pryor, who, in a real cool scene, like a dream sequence or something, that's basically how she becomes the Goblin Queen. Yeah. Really cool stuff. And I wish it was all just that. But the Omnibus has so much nonsense in it. Like, I'm dealing with the Exterminators, which is an X-Force spin-off of people I don't give a fuck about.
Actually, X-Force is a spin-off of them.
Well, okay, yes, but in this series I'm talking about. No, you're right. The Exterminators started as X-Force, yes.
No.
Yeah, I thought so. X-Force started as Exterminators. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. The team...
Nope. The Exterminators...
were X-Force. Became
X-Factor.
X-Force. Fucking hell. Damn,
so,
I thought it was
so
so
the
good.
Exterminators were...
became X-Factor.
They were X-Factor.
They were the original
And
five.
and then... But the thing is, like, they're capturing mutants and taking them to a facility.
Meanwhile, they're just saving them.
Exactly.
Well, that
and I'm sitting there, and I was like...
Because I read that there was a mutant massacre.
Yeah. I'm sitting there, I was like, nope. I was like, I'm like, should I help him? I'm like, I'm gonna help.
But then some of the little kids that they saved...
Is Boom Boom?
Yeah, Boom Boom, Skids,
Rusty,
Richter, Artie and Leech.
And the kid in the wheelchair?
And the kid in the they invent the kid in the wheelchair shows up. This is fucking like Hanna-Barbera 1980s. This is what this is. Remember when I hated Power Pack? I hate this now. Because this is like, I don't care about this. Is so blatant, like, we need new mutants. Oh, we already have new mutants. So let's make new mutants. Like, ugh.
And the New Mutants have a great story in this.
Right. Which I haven't gotten to because this was just so bogged down. Like, the omnibus is like, here's 2 pages of people talking. Like, who are these people? I don't care. They're nobody important. Right. The only reason they're important is because their kid gets abducted by the demons. That's it. So what did I do? I skipped those pages. That's it. What? Oh! You want to see the Exterminators get new costumes? You want to see them steal from a Pepsi machine to get quarters to call somebody? Call X Factor?
I absolutely love...
I don't!
I love how fucking, Archangel's running around with a giant backpack to hide his wings.
Oh, no, he's Archangel at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking during Mutant Massacre.
Yeah, no, he's full on Archangel at this point. Which is all that stuff that happened before Inferno Prelude.
Right, and he's still kind of pulling away from...
Yeah, oh no, he's kind of doing his own thing.
He's kind of pulling away from them because
his girlfriend got abducted by...
Cameron
some
Hodge.
some mutant hating group because she's a mutant lover.
Cameron Hodge, who he was leading the group. He was leading Friends of Humanity, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was Friends.
Either way, this omnibus might not have been the best.
Do you
thing
want
to
me
do.
to borrow the core story?
You know what I should have also done? I should have just read the Spider-Man books in it, so I could have something Spider-Man related to talk about at least. Because that is the introduction of Demogoblin. Basically, well, that is when Hobgoblin gets demonized, and he then expels out Demogoblin.
I want to see this omnibus so I could just tell you what you can skip, and where you should start reading.
Oh, and I've looked that up. I've looked up like the proper order of reading it, but that gives you also chronological too. I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to be like, you know what? That's I don't want to go back and forth. Like I did that. What was the last omnibus I read? Absolute Carnage. Shadowland. Shadowland was the last one I read, and it told me to go, read issue 1 of Shadowland, but then read Daredevil, Man Without Fear, and then read Heroes for Hire. So then when you read Shadowland 2, and they refer to those things because that's what comic books do, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know what the fuck just happened. You know what I mean? Again, I don't want to do that again. So I wasn't going to. If you just I just couldn't do it.
If you just want to borrow the core story,
maybe we'll do it for
next Trade in
the Backs. Yeah,
that's what I loved about the Fatal Attractions. The Fatal Attractions omnibus. It had all the build up, and then had all the Fatal Attraction shit, and then it had some of the after stuff.
And it was in pretty much order.
It was in exact order.
It was just at that point. It was all the X books, but it was just. Here are the X books, that's it. This one's, it's got Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and a couple Fantastic Four books in there, too, and, Exterminators and Power Pack, and Uncanny X-Men, and, all this shit in there. And they put it out in, like, a weird chronology, like, the core story, and by core I mean all the X books, is in published order.
Right.
And then the other half, or the other third, really, is, Avengers, Fantastic Four. The Spider-Man books at least look like they put them in order, because that was, I think, 2 months worth of 4 Spider-Man books apiece.
Try reading a big-time X story in the 90s or now. With how many fucking books there are.
Right.
Okay? You want to talk about head
But see, that's why I love doing the omnibuses, because it's like, just give me everything. So I have, but now this is...
I mean,
here I am.
Executioner's Song is perfect because it's just... One, it's just... Yeah. No... Well, I actually had something on deck for you for next Trade in the Backs.
We'll say what it is. But then, I mean, we did play something also. We played Trivial Pursuit Horror Edition.
We did.
The gift I got you last episode.
Yes.
For your early birthday.
Yes, thank you. My brother actually wants to try to get a game going of that.
And I, as someone who's not horror focused, we're playing it with yourself and a couple of buddies. Who are more into horror than I am, and you guys were pretty much all neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder. That was really cool to watch, I have to say, because it was almost like you guys all were on the same page, which is which for an outsider was a very exciting game to watch. You know what I mean? There'll be a whole lot of like Tom will get asked a question, and then someone will chime in oh, if he doesn't get it, let me guess. That's cool because it's like. You ain't gonna get anything from it, but you want to test yourself. You want to see.
Yeah.
Another moment was when a question was asked and an answer was answered, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's right," and it turns out it wasn't. And then the real answer was revealed, and everybody was kind of stunned. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, that was cool."
Yeah.
That was like a learning process. That was fun to watch. I would definitely like to set something up with you and a couple guys that would probably have could fight in this game. You know what I mean? Not fight,
yeah.
but hold their own. I should say.
Yeah,
I got 3 M. Night Shyamalan questions in a row, and that got me a piece. So, listen, I'm not. That Hawkeye win was cheaper than this, but both were scummy. And we got to shuffle the cards.
Oh yeah, those cards need to be shuffled.
Because and 3 M. Night Shyamalan questions in a row. But that was it. I think that did it for Rudetober. Anything else Rudetober-wise? I think that freaking did it, yo. And on that note, Rude Nation, thank you for joining us for the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. Wrapping it up, baby. Rudetober. Putting a cap on it. Putting a cap in that ass, Rudetober. We're in Tomvember, so next episode is 100% going to be about X-Men the Animated Series.
Won't be a Monday recording.
X-Men on a Monday.
That is something that deserves respect.
Fair. No, that is absolutely very true.
Yeah.
We're going to go see Wakanda Forever this weekend.
Yep.
Did you want to do reacts?
Oh, okay. Or we just talk about it next episode.
Okay, we can do that too. Give the nation some time to breathe for Wakanda Forever. But yes, X-Men the Animated Series, next episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. Let us know.
There'll be books involved.
Tommy bringing books this time.
Well, because you bought them for me.
Well, yeah, just the books.
Yeah. Someone who doesn't read, you get me a lot of books.
Well, you read books.
Yes.
You can find us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Search for RudeBoyz469. Instagram.com is really what we've kind of been focusing on for our streaming. You know, I put an announcement out through the Instagram stories that we stream on twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. We got the Quarry. Want to finish up. We're still, fingers crossed, we might do some God of War streaming from the 2018 version. Tom of War, if you will. But we gotta lock that schedule down. Huh? Toe.
Tom of War.
Tom of War. But anything you've missed on our Twitch can be found on our YouTube page.
You have YouTube?
We do have YouTube. And you can find it on, and I'm going to ask Tom if he please does not talk over me, because don't look at, to the audience that you're like, what do I do? Because I need to get this out. We have a new YouTube link that was provided to us by YouTube, so thank you, YouTube. It's youtube.com/@RudeBoyz469. So, @RudeBoyz469. We did it.
Woo!
Yay, we did it!
We're growing!
But all the old links will still work. Yeah, we're there.
Cool.
We did it. We made it. On our YouTube page...
We can start recording.
Yeah, stop it. We can stop recording at all. We're YouTube stars now. That's it. We have our own handle. All of our episodes go up onto YouTube. But they are found on our podcast partners of choice. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, and a whole slew of other ones that got us a little nice bump in our downloads. We're past 5,000 unique downloads, which we should have been past 5,000 a long time ago. What are you going to do? But our home away from home, our Rudetober pumpkin patch that we reside in every Rudetober, it can be found at rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Flick that pumpkin seed.
If you want to hit me up on social media, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS. I also have a mixology page on Instagram.com/SureMixalot64.
Oh, Nation, if you could have seen Chris's face when I just said flick that seed.
I mean, you said pumpkin seed, so that's like...
But you were just like...
I was expecting pumpkin bean, and I'm like, they said seed, and I was like, okay. Pleasantly surprised.
You can get me at... I'm a total boob. You get me at Tommy_Cash80. That's Cash with a K.
And that'll do it, Rude Nation. Thank you for joining us for the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, episode 135. We're going to talk about X-Men.
Welcome to Die.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.